What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and today we have a mail day, and you know what this special tape means. It is a Metazoo delivery. If you guys have been following the market, you probably know what these are. They are all over eBay right now. People are going crazy on eBay with these things, and that is the Metazoo Brilliant Aura Deck boxes. Basically, this was just a product that was released because they came out with the first edition Kickstarter stuff, and then people started to play the game and they realized nobody had any aura cards or not enough to make full decks. And so with competitive play ramping up, they wanted to do a product that would allow everybody to have plenty of aura to play the game competitively, and that is why these came out. I believe they were $10. I'm not 100% sure on that, and I do think all of the cards will have the first edition stamp on them. I am not actually going to be opening either of these. I did get 2 of them, which was my maximum allotment for my level on the Patreon, and this is also the last product that would ever be ordered on the Patreon. I'm not going to be opening any because I don't need the aura cards. What comes in a box, it is going to be 10 of each aura type, so there's 10 different aura types, so there's 100 cards there. And then the real reason that I ordered these is there's one random holographic aura card, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen any of those hitting the market yet. I have just seen a ton of the decks hitting the market. They look like they're around $100, but only like 2 or 3 have sold, and I expect those to drop down as more and more people list, and it might be a sort of race to the bottom product. Obviously, if it was only $10, you're probably going to do pretty well either way. But I did pick up 2 of those. Just wanted to share them with you guys so you kind of knew what they were, what was included in them if you didn't get them, and what you will be getting. Do I think they're a great investment product? No, probably not absolutely great. But I think I own one of every product ever released, and I want to keep that trend going in the future. Actually, I probably own 2 of every product released because I do have 2 first edition Kickstarter spellbooks. So 2 of every product that Metazoo has ever released, and I just wanted these for my collection to display. So we are going to add those. We'll put that one right there, I guess, and we'll stick this one over here next to the Hopkinsville. Ooh, I don't have all the products now that I look at it because I don't have the first edition Kickstarter theme decks. So that was a lie when I said I have every product. I guess I will have to work on getting those for my sealed collection. But I also want to talk about the Metazoo market, which has seen some pretty big changes over the last time since I covered Metazoo. It's been a couple weeks. So I want to talk about that and my thoughts. Basically what happened, the market has cooled down pretty significantly. We have seen a rather large retracement on a lot of the Kickstarter product. Sealed has pretty much stayed the same. Booster boxes have definitely settled a little. I believe they were all the way up to like 2,800 at their peak, and now they're back down pretty solid right around that $2,000 level. However, opened stuff, the cards themselves have really dropped in value. I just looked up some eBay sold listings. A holographic chassis sold for $75, which used to be at least $150, if not $200 card. There was the Q Bird, the electric bird that I still don't know how to pronounce. Somebody leave a pronunciation description of that down in the comments if you guys would. The phonic spelling of it, because I would love to see that so I could learn how to pronounce that. It's like Quetzalcoatlus or something crazy. One of those sold for $75. One of them sold for like just under $100. A lot of the holographic cards have settled down around $100, and tons of reverse holo cards are getting listed for around $50. So if you didn't get a lot of reverse holos, or you just want to have one of every card but you can't afford the holographic versions, the reverse holos are very affordable right now. $40-50 you can snag a lot of these. Also, another product that I was following is the Kickstarter metal promo cards that were released for the Kickstarter backers originally, and those are going ridiculously cheap. I actually missed out. There was 3 of them on auction, and it was like boom, one sold for like 60, then the next one was like 40 or 50, and then the other one sold for like $30. So I definitely missed out on those. I am still looking for those. If anybody has a Kickstarter backer that they would like to sell me, shoot me an email down at the email in the comments or in the description. I would love to get that off of your hands. I will pay retail price, 40 bucks, whatever you're thinking, just let me know. But my thoughts about all of this, if you are looking to buy some Metazoo, build a position, you think that the game has a bright future, which I do think it does. Some big announcements have been released. The Rudy from Alpha Investments partnership has kind of been made official. He did a video on the channel. They're going to be doing some special stuff for Rudy's Patreon, some special medals and cards and stuff. And he will have more content coming soon. I'm sure there'll be some openings. So that's going to drive a lot more people to Metazoo, I believe. Obviously, you're going to get the haters, just like people hate on Flesh and Blood still on his channel really heavily, which is very funny. But I think that's going to bring a lot of positive attention to the game. And then you're also going to have another partnership with a different YouTuber. His name is escaping me, but that was another pretty big deal. And then the owner, Mike, has hinted at another big thing coming soon. We don't know what that is, but I'm sure it will be big. Also, this summer is the release of the Cryptid Nation first edition non-Kickstarter product, and it is in hundreds of LGSs around the country. So as more people get their hands on it, I would think the demand for the original Kickstarter stuff is going to grow. Then you have another set coming around Halloween, which is not that far away, only about what would it be, May, June, July, August, September, October. So only about 5-6 months for the next set to be released, which is going to make it blow up even more. You see that with Flesh and Blood especially. First edition was kind of, or the Welcome to Wraith was kind of here, and then they discontinued it, released the next set, and it took a huge jump. And then Monarch did the same thing when Crew was released, and Crew did the same thing, or not Crew, Arcane Rising, I'm sorry. And then Arcane jumped when Crew was released, and it was out of first edition printing. And then Crew did the same thing when Monarch was just released. And I do think Metazoo will do the same thing. And another common theme that we see with all sort of card releases or product releases is that they come out. In this case, it was the retail price, and then it climbed up, and then it got a huge jump, huge spike, kind of hung out up here, and now it's kind of leveled off. And I do think that we're at the bottom, and this is the lowest prices we could ever see, barring some sort of catastrophic crash. Could be the lowest prices we ever see ever going forward. With the release of all that new stuff, those new partnerships, more demand is, the supply is very fixed at what it is right now, and the more demand is going to raise those prices. And I don't see you ever being able to buy some of those holographic Kickstarter cards for under $100, probably ever, unless the game does completely fail or the market does something absolutely crazy. But we are seeing a lot of places open up. A lot of states have lifted their restrictions, and this was a big fear that people would stop spending money on cards and would go back to doing stuff in the real world. However, I think that transition is not going to be nearly as sharp as what I personally thought it was, or what a lot of other people thought it was. It's definitely going to be a lot more gradual, I believe. I guess for some reason everybody kind of thought, myself included, like I said, that it was just going to be, oh, everybody likes cards, oh, the bar's open, and nobody likes cards anymore, and all the prices are going to drop. And instead it seems to be a much more kind of casual dropping off. And a lot of those people that got back into the hobby during COVID when they couldn't do stuff, I think a lot of them are going to stick. A lot of them are going to leave, yes, but I definitely don't think it's going to be super sharp like that. And I do think it will be more gradual if it does drop off. And then obviously probably build back up over time. So that's kind of my thoughts on the current market of Metazoo. I think it is a good buyer's market, or I mean, it's not a buyer's market. It seems to be a seller's market. However, I think you should be buying right now if you think the game will do well long term. There's definitely a couple cards like that Kickstarter promo, and then some of the holos that I think are pretty big that I missed out on, that I am going to be looking to acquire in the next couple weeks before more news gets announced, because I do think those cards will go up. So I think stuff is a buy. Let me know what you guys think about the Metazoo market. If you are making some purchases right now that the market seems to have cooled down, is it a good time to buy, or are you panic selling and getting rid of everything that you have? In that case, you should leave send me an email down to the email in the description, because I will gladly take some stuff off of your hands. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next video.